Welcome to Update 5 of ClassMon EYLF. The first feature that I'll show in the new update is under Settings, School Centre. You'll notice up the top there's a new From and To date. You can now change the dates that you are working within in ClassMon. The default dates will always be from the start of the year to the end of the year, but you can change these at any time throughout the year. So for example, if you'd been recording observations throughout the whole year and you are now in term 4, you may wish to just produce reports for term 4 and not include any observations from any of the other terms. So you can simply set the dates for that term. So I'll just change some dates here, August 4th through to the end of the year, and apply that. And what that will do is it will now only show observations that have been recorded within that time span. So only those observations will feed into the reports. So when you view any of the progress reports, you'll only see those observations, and also in the portfolios it'll only publish those observations. So a very handy way to focus in on a particular time to create your outputs. The next feature I'd like to show is the Learning Outcome Update button. Now let's look at some of these observations I've made. If I click on one of them, Safe, Secure and Supported, which I made on the 12th of August 2010, I can now click on this observation, and you'll notice for those current users there is a new update button here. So if I've now changed my mind since making this observation, and I believe that the primary outcome is different than identity, and the element is different from Safe, Secure and Supported, I can just select a different one. So let's say it's Community, and I'll change it to Respecting Diversity and update that. So that observation has now disappeared from identity and it's now come into Community with nothing changed except for the learning outcome and learning element that it's been recorded under. If I want to change that back again, I can go back to Identity, Safe, Secure and Supported, and Update, and now it's popped back to where it was before. Feature number 3 in Update 5 is again under Settings, School Centre. There's a checkbox here called Show Photo Show in Portfolio, and whenever you check this box, whenever you turn that on, it brings up a pop-up window which allows you to put in a title, browse to some music or choose to have no music, and set your slide duration. When you apply that, that will automatically put the photo show and the photo show button into each child's portfolio. So if I now close that and choose new child, or choose Adam, and view their portfolio, so we'll just preview the portfolio, and I'll skip the intro. And now in their portfolio there's a button called Photo Show. If I click that, it automatically launches the photo show, which includes all the images from that student's observations. So for very little work at all, in fact all you're really doing is clicking the option in Settings. By clicking this button, you're creating a photo show with all the photos for every child in your class, something that might take you days, if not weeks, to do if you're doing them individually. Feature number 4 is pretty quick and easy. It's the extra links in links button. So by clicking links here, you can see now that we allow up to 60 unique files to be added as links, whereas previously it was 30 files. And finally, feature number 5 is in transition. When you're doing your learning outcomes for your transition statements, we had quite a few people ask whether we could add a button here called Learning Story. So just the same as when you click the summary button, you get your comments come up that are related to whatever learning outcome you're in. You can also now click the Learning Story button, and this brings up a list of all the learning stories you've written for this particular learning outcome. You can scroll through that and pick out any information that you would then like to copy and paste into your comment for your transition statement.